Hi, reading group. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. For the reading class, we are going to be transitioning a bit this week in focusing on some different elements of literacy. So, up until now, we started focusing on what is 21st century literacy, what factors make a text complex, qualitatively and quantitatively. After that, we focused on some comprehension strategies. And then the last 3 weeks, we've been talking about the unique needs of a variety of students. So students who are reading at a lower level, students who may be less interested in reading the text that you are introducing to them, and then students who have specific language needs just this last week. So you will notice over the next 3 weeks that now we are going to be focusing on a couple of aspects of literacy. So when we think of what it means to be literate in a very traditional way, we think of the ability to read, write, speak, and use language. So as you know, we've been focusing on reading the last couple of weeks and reading comprehension and strategies for helping students to do so. And so now we're going to focus on how language, specifically vocabulary, plays a role in that. Then get into discourse, so how we have students talking in the classroom to help them with their literacy skills. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the kinds of writing that we have students do to help them to become more literate. And so this week specifically, we are going to be focusing on vocabulary. So you will be reading out of both the Beers and the Hinchman text and other texts if you are math or music. And you are going to be looking at some sample vocabulary lessons that I think will be helpful in terms of thinking about what might this actually look like. So you're going to learn some strategies in the text as well, but the lesson plans give you some really nice concrete ideas for how you could apply those within your classroom. And then as usual, we're going to be doing our weekly assignments. So again, like we have been doing on Wednesdays, we have the class discussion. So whether or not you've been able to join us in the past, please consider doing so. I always really enjoy those discussions and enjoy hearing you exchange ideas with your classmates. And then you will finish up the week by applying it through an assignment. And for this assignment, you are going to be working with a small set of words. So I've said 5 to 10, something you're going to learn in the book is that students will best be able to really understand and use vocabulary if we focus on a small set and then spend more time and frequent exposure and have students practice it and so on and so forth. And so you're going to be choosing from a small set of words and you are able to find those on your own. If you want to draw words from a text, you're able to use the sample chapters that I posted or to search for a sample chapter. Otherwise, you can even go online and search, 7th grade science vocabulary words, and you will get all kinds of word lists that you would be able to draw from. So what I'm wanting for you to do is come up with an overall plan to say, in general, what is going to be your plan for introducing these words to the students? Then what are you going to do to reinforce their understanding of the words? And then lastly, how are you going to assess their knowledge of the words? So you're thinking through how you're going to introduce them, how are you going to reinforce students' understanding and use of the words, and then how are you going to be assessing them at the end. In addition to your plan, you are also going to be creating one specific assignment that you would use with your class. So if you're going to have them do concept circles, or you're going to have them do context plus, or you're going to have them do a close procedure. Those are all strategies that are within your books. Maybe you're going to have them do some semantic mapping and so on and so forth. I give you all kinds of examples that you may want to use that came right out of your textbooks. But whatever that is, you're going to create the actual assignment that you would give to students. Don't just tell me about the assignments, but create the assignment that you are going to be giving to students. So give me your overall plan, your big plan, introduce, reinforce, assess, and then create an actual assignment, something that you would hand to your students and have them complete in order to build their understanding and use of the words. that's it for this week. As always, let me know if you have any questions.